Hello, guys. Welcome back to Embrace the Impact. I am your host, Lashawn Toney, and this is my co-host, Sierra Coleman. So welcome, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back. We hope you guys enjoyed our first two episodes that we have on our YouTube channel here. They were some really good topics, but today, guys, it's gonna be a good one. Let me tell you. So today we are discussing a very serious topic, but well needed discussion, and that is safe places in our community where we take our children, far as daycares, even schools, and there has been a lot on social media about how our children are being treated or mistreated, should I say, because of their disability or because of a lack of training or because of a lack of common sense. Let me say that much. And we just want to discuss this and bring some awareness to this for our children and get some well needed advice or see how you guys feel about what's been happening in our community, our communities, or across the world. It's not even just in our community, but we want to discuss this. So, Sierra, how do you feel about this?
It's unfortunate. And this is definitely a trigger warning episode. So,
Yes.
if this is something that's going to trigger you,
yeah,
be advised. But I have not experienced it, thank God.
Yes.
Knock on wood. I do know a mom that has, and I definitely want her to be on the show. She can share her own story. I'm not going to share her own story for her, but
Absolutely.
she lives here in Maryland with me as well, and she's experienced it. And I've even seen the video that she, that it was on the news and everything, and it's very
Yes.
unfortunate. And especially when our kids are nonverbal, they
Yes.
cannot come home from school and daycare and tell us what happened to them. We can only know by how they're acting, how they're responding. They may be more aggressive, they may be more fidgety. I am blessed. I'm blessed that Lashawn and Georgia have not experienced it, but it still hurts us
Absolutely.
as parents in the community.
Absolutely. Yes.
The best thing I can say is how my friend knew there were cameras, and that's why I just feel like cameras should be even in just schools with children who don't have special needs. Cameras should be in the
Absolutely.
classrooms, in the
Absolutely.
nurse's
It should
office,
be
in the classroom.
required. It
Yes.
should be required. Yes.
So if that happens more and more, I think parents will be more comfortable. Again, homeschooling your child on the spectrum, I couldn't do it. I
Yes.
don't have the resources to do it or the education to do it. So the
Have you
cameras
seen
will help.
that new device that they showed on social media where there's where cameras can be put in the classes now, and us as parents can view our child in class from our phone? I don't know if you saw
Yeah.
that. That is an
Absolutely. Some
awesome idea.
daycares have them though. Even like
Awesome idea.
daycares have them.
It
So
should be
why is not
required.
the
It should
money
be.
that all of these states have, why
Then
is
they
that
need to
not
find
going
it.
to that?
Then they
Yeah.
need to find it because this is something our special needs classes especially need. It should not be something that we should even be discussing.
No.
Install that thing today
Yeah.
and send the instructions home with the child on how to install the app on the parent's phone. This should be something that need to be done now, today, right now. Listen, before we continue, we want to show you some clips of some videos that we've personally seen on social media about children that are being abused. And I must warn you that it is showing a little bit of abuse. It may trigger some of us or may be a triggering video, but we just want to show you what things that we saw and what some of our parents out there are experiencing. Here we go.
Roll the clip.
3-year-old Conrad Ashcraft. He was found dead inside a daycare in May when his mom went to pick him up at Poppy's Playhouse in Park Hills.
The school called 911 because he had beat himself up on the school bus, and he had clawed his face, and it was all swelled up.
And this is video of her 7-year-old daughter, Nova, being dragged on the floor by a Milwaukee Public Schools substitute teacher.
And the videos will leave any parent sickened.
Why are you doing this to him?
A Connecticut school under investigation for their questionable control tactics. How a mother's fight for answers exposed what was really happening behind closed doors.
Get up! Put the toy away! Now! Prosecutors say Katie Voigt forcefully pushed a 3-year-old boy into a table, screamed in his face, and even hit him with a rag. It happened here at...
Can be seen using a toy as a pretend phone in this video. Suddenly, a daycare worker walks up and strikes her 4 times on her chest.
It makes me almost emotional because our kids should never have to experience these things. We as parents should not ever have to worry about our kids going to school or to any daycares. If you do not like your job or you don't want to be there, why are you there?
Yeah.
If you don't like children, why are you there? I mean, the one video where the teacher snatched a child right up out of her sleep and stood her up and walked off, and the girl was fun. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Girl,
I don't get it.
I am so blessed that Georgia has not experienced that I know of any abuse.
Right.
Because if I knew it, I probably would not be talking to y'all today.
I know I wouldn't.
Because I would definitely be wearing an orange jumpsuit if they still orange. But you know, it's just, I feel for our children because a lot of them don't have the verbal knowledge or you know, the way to communicate that something is happening or something is wrong. And that's why we have to listen to them, because they don't just act out for no reason. They don't just have a tantrum for no reason. They're acting out because something is going on and they're trying to tell us. So yeah, it burns me up when I see things like this, because it's not fair that our children have to suffer like this at the hands of people that don't give a damn about them. You know what I'm saying? Like, we work so hard to protect our children, and to have to protect them from family members, from school teachers, from police officers, from daycare centers, from why?
Bullies, other students, and we send our kids to school. Well, now I don't even know, but we used to send our kids to school as it being a safe place. A place where they can go and learn, also meet friends, you know, communicate and things like that. And now it's a lot of parents are homeschooling, and kudos to you guys that are able to do it and have the patience to do it, whether your child has special needs or not. But for us that cannot do it, it has to be another way. It has to be, you have to try to I don't know if we need to go to these school board meetings as parents and write letters. I don't know, but we have to have these cameras in these classrooms and in these
we have to,
because it's the only way.
It's a need. It's a need. I just, you know, it really hurts my heart when you see a child that can't speak for themselves. Like, oh my God, it tears me up, because it's really, I think maybe I'm just going to straight up say it. I think a lot of times the schools and the people that hire these people are just as at fault. I think it's a lack of not even just training, but background checks. These teachers and these care providers should be in some type of 2 or 3 month or a couple of weeks, far as let's see how you gonna do type of thing. What do you call it? Like a 90-day trial period or whatever the case. Not saying that they can't change after that, but they should be watched.
Yeah,
because
and
for a while, their true self is gonna come out.
Oh yeah, eventually.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so let's watch this teacher and let's see how she interacting with these kids. Let's see if anything is gonna trigger her or set her off. Because we need people taking care of our kids that care about our kids. You know, maybe we need to, maybe we need to hire other moms that have kids like the ones they care for. I don't know. But we need to figure out something, because this got me going. Like, I have to be careful about what I say, because I get so, it makes me so mad, Sierra, because I can't imagine. I can't even imagine it being my child. Girl, the one video where the girl was on her tablet in the school and the teachers didn't know her tablet was on and she snatched her up.
Yeah. And even
they didn't know it was on her tablet till she got home.
Yeah, till she got home and her mother saw it. And
Listen.
also, I think teachers should get, especially special needs teachers and occupational therapists, they should get like psychological evaluations done because dealing with our children is not easy. I'm
It's
not going to sit here and tell you that you
easy.
have the best day with my child. I know you don't. I live with that child. I know you don't. But
Yes.
maybe
Yes.
they should get, every 90 days, how are you feeling? How's work treating you? I know these kids could be frustrating because I know it's tough. I'm really, really close to Christian's preschool and pre-K teacher,
Yes.
and I talk to her, it's rough. She loves her kids, she loves what she do, but it's hard. So
Oh.
maybe they should get evaluations done to check on their mental, and before they get the job,
Mhm.
maybe schools should check in to see if these teachers do have therapists. What are you going to therapy for? Is it anger management? What are you going for so we can know if this is the field for you?
I think it should be I think it should be required that teachers and daycare providers attend a therapy session once every 2 weeks or once a month,
Mhm.
just to check in with them to see how
Yeah.
their mental state is doing, because of the fact that they're dealing with children like ours. We as
Mhm.
parents are seeking support groups and support because it's tough. So you're
Yeah.
telling me that these teachers and daycare providers can take care of these kids on a daily basis,
Right.
every day, every minute of the day, and don't need no support or therapy, or their
Yeah.
mental is okay? No, that's why they start abusing our kids, because they tired, they're exhausted, they're overworked.
Mhm. They not getting paid
All,
enough, and they like, "I'm doing all of this for
that's
nothing."
number one. If
So,
they ain't getting paid enough, they about to somebody gonna end up dead.
yeah.
And that's the truth. And it's we got to pay attention to our teachers and even bus drivers. They get over, girl, they on a bus load of them and ain't nobody on there with them.
Yeah.
They gonna
It's
wreck
like
that bus one
30,
of these
40
days.
kids on
They
a
gonna
bus
wreck
with
it.
no aid, no nothing.
I think that should change. I think our bus drivers should, there should be an aid on every
Everybody.
special education bus to assist this bus driver while he's driving. He
Mhm.
is driving. Our kids are screaming and tantruming, just like Georgia the other day pulled up girl where she didn't hit her head on the bus window, hitting her head because she's in a tantrum and chipped her tooth. They can't. They driving the bus. They cannot take care of our kids.
No, because
Somebody
I
should be on
can't
there to
drive.
help them. Why
Yeah,
is
I
that?
can't drive with Christian or my kids in the background screaming, fussing, and yelling. Now, I will say I'm grateful that so far in this school journey with Christian, there's always an aide. Is
Yes.
there an aide on George's bus as well with the bus driver?
No, unless we request it.
What?
And when we request it, it has to go through a whole channel to see who we gonna put on the bus, because they gotta pay for an extra aid. Blah 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 blah. I'm so tired about this budget and school budget. You guys need to create a way to make more budget, because this is ridiculous.
I
If
thought
our
there
kids,
was an aide.
girl, no, if our kids need an aid or we need to put cameras in the classroom, that should not be. I'm sorry, I'm getting upset. That should
It's
not
okay.
be a discussion. It should not be. It. Who cares if it ain't in the budget? Put it in there.
Yeah.
This is something our kids
That
need.
is crazy. I
Girl,
assumed that she had one.
girl. Now we
Yeah.
just find out they didn't. This administration, let me tell you, I'm not gonna go there, but girl, they didn't fire the people that's over the special education. Did you get the email about if your child is
Oh.
in an IEP or a 504 plan to be concerned? This is why they're getting abused. They
Mhm. Yeah, that triggered me when I saw that on the news. Was it earlier this week?
Yes,
And
girl.
look, both of my kids, my oldest is
It
on the
just get
504
worse.
plan, and my
Yeah.
youngest is on the IEP. So it's
Yes,
like,
mine too. Yes.
what you want me to do with that? So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's very heartbreaking. I do want to say that if you have experienced this, please chime in if you want to. If you don't
Please.
want to jump in the comments and talk about it, you can definitely email us at embracetheimpact@gmail.com.
Please.
But we would love to hear your story, what happened,
Absolutely.
how
Absolutely.
did you react to it, what was done, if anything was done, because some of these
Yeah.
stories, things happen and nothing is done. It's just
Right.
pushed under the rug.
And we
Um,
definitely gonna do a live about this one, because Yeah,
Yes, that would be next.
this is a tough one. I mean, when Georgia was in elementary school, I had got a message from a parent. She was telling me how she went to go pick up her son because she got a call saying that he was being really aggressive towards other students and they needed to protect the other students from him. And she could come pick him up if she wanted to. So she made a decision that, yeah, I'm just going to go get him, pick him up. She said when she arrived, they had him barricaded in a corner and he was harming himself. And she asked them, why aren't you protecting him from himself? Barricading him in a corner and just letting him be free to harm himself, you're not helping him either. It should be some type of aid over there with pillows or arm guards or some way to protect herself, of course, but also be able to step in and protect him from harming himself, whether that's slapping himself or biting himself. This is why they need to be trained, because it's okay to protect other kids, but it's okay for him to knock himself out or knock his tooth out or bruise himself or hit his head or whatever the case may be. I think there should be a safe place, a quiet place set up at a school where these children can be taken to where nothing is going on. Let's go to the quiet room or the quiet whatever, where they can go calm down and get away from the class so they don't disrupt the class. But at the same time, they can calm down, gather themselves, and come back to class. Like, we got to figure out a system. But to leave them in the classroom where they're screaming and they're acting out, well, now you're disturbing the class and you're triggering other kids like Georgia, who is now set off and now she's screaming. And now y'all go, let's get on the bus. It's time to go home. Everybody on the bus is triggered, leaving the bus driver to drive these kids home alone. Now, how stupid do this crap sound?
I'm still stuck on the fact that there's not an aide on the bus. I could not imagine
No,
there not being an aide on Christian's bus.
I mean, it's
Everyone
almost
there is
common sense. It's like, why isn't this happening? Why nobody has even saw this or thought of this? Like, these are things that needs to be changed. I'm gonna have to run for city council, girl. I might. Let me run for city council. I've got to get on somebody's board today because this is common sense. Why nobody is talking about this or saying these things? I mean, and you know, I think we see it the most, of course, because we're the parents. You know, it's okay for our child. They're buckled in on the bus. Georgia know how to remove a buckle if she really wanted to. You know, and I mean, and I hate to bring this up, but we're talking about these things for a reason. But the story of the little girl, this really burns me up. That was on the bus, girl, in the back of the bus in her wheelchair. And the aide.
Oh, yes. And she was choking and the aide was on her phone the entire
Why?
Yes, that was like what, 2 years? Yeah. I remember that one.
Why?
Nobody's qualified. I think people just find these jobs or these part-time jobs and they see the money as, oh, I can do this, and
that's all.
You can't. Nobody's qualified to. Like, they're even letting people drive buses now without the CDLs. They were doing that here when COVID hit because all the bus drivers ended up quitting and going on strike. But if you have a driver's license, you can drive a bus. No, you cannot. You cannot drive a bus with just a driver's license. You cannot just go ahead and watch children because, oh, I used to work at a daycare or I used to babysit my siblings. There needs to be more qualifications for anything dealing with children, especially children with disabilities.
And it needs to be a really deep background check, deep questions, scenarios, whatever the case may be. We're missing something in our hiring process. We're missing something in our training process because the problem is increasing. You know, you didn't hear about this as much as we do now. And that tells me that something is missing, something is being overlooked, something is being skipped during the process. we're just trying to get bodies in there, but we're not trying to get the right bodies in there.
No,
And
it's
our
just all
kids
about a paycheck.
are the ones that are suffering. That's not right. You guys are hiring these people and getting these people in there that are only thinking about money at the expenses of our children either being killed, harmed, hurt, something. I mean, it's just the little girl just the other day who we just saw on social media that went on a field trip and they found her in a pool. She done drowned on a field trip.
Right.
How she end up in the? Why
Because nobody cares, and I think the main thing that
so sad.
the main thing that I think we're missing is one word, which is empathy. Nobody cares. If everybody had empathy and treated each child as if it was their own child or their own sibling or niece, nephew, godchild, I really feel like there would be more caring and consideration. Like, even when I have my twin nephews over here, they're not my kids, but I'm going to make sure that they eat like my kids. They're watched, they're
Exactly.
taken care of, they're talked
Yes.
to, they're in
Yes.
my house. So I have to treat them
Right.
like they're one of
You
my
treat them
children.
like your own. That's right.
We send these kids to school and they don't care. They don't care. It's like they're irritated, it's like they're frustrated. And it's like, what did you take the job for?
That's
Like
right.
why did you take the job?
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
it's very heartbreaking.
It's
It's very
frustrating.
gut-wrenching
Yes.
that that's not a safe space anymore. And just to
It's not.
piggyback on it, what do you
Mm-mm.
want us to do with our children that need more and more therapies? Like, yes, Christian is verbal, but I'm not an occupational therapist. He's still in speech therapy. I can only teach him the basics of a child who is not on the spectrum.
Right.
Like if he was not on the spectrum, I could teach him the basic first grade work, the math,
Right.
the reading, colors, writing. I got that down pat.
Right.
I don't know how to sit with him and do what his speech therapy does, what his occupational therapy does. We're starting food therapy in December. I I'm trying at home. I'm throwing foods in front of him, but I know it's a technique and probably a way,
Right.
a criteria to do it. So it's just hard. It's hard. It's gut wrenching, and I do want to hug every parent that has endured
I
this
was just
because
about to say yes.
just
Yes.
talking about it is irritating. I don't ever want to get that phone call. I will say what has helped me with Christian being in school, I still check my son's body.
Oh
I
yeah.
know every mark, bruise, birthmark.
Oh yes.
I'm checking his hands. I'm just checking everything,
One
because
percent.
you you don't know. And they may forget that they got hit or to them it may not be mistreatment. It may be, oh, our teacher always does this or she
Right.
always yells. And it's like, when is that
Right.
supposed to happen? So
Yes.
just also check your kids, check their bodies. If your child is nonverbal, I know everyone has the ACC devices. Use them. Try to put cues on there like, hey, how was school? Did you have a good day in school? Did anybody
Right.
touch you? Just if you can, I don't know if you can add those type of things on there, but if
Mm-hmm.
you can, just try to communicate them. Maybe use hand gestures with them.
Or put it
I'm not sure,
in their
but
device. Yeah.
yeah, just to, because I've seen kids use those devices and it works. So
Yes.
try to add those on there because you won't know. With the
Right.
verbal child, you may not know because to them it could be normal. It happens all the time in school.
Right.
So
They don't. They're nonverbal. I mean, they're not verbal, so they don't even know how to say that this happened, or the teacher hit me, or the teacher snatched me up. They don't know how to. So they come home acting out or upset, and we don't even know
know
why.
why, and we
You
thinking,
know.
oh, they just
So
decompressing from the day.
yeah.
No, they pissed off. Something pissed them off,
My
and
condolences and my apologies to those parents that have lost a child in this manner or have experienced abuse in this manner, because nobody deserved this. So our hearts go out to you guys because nobody deserved this. I just, there's no way I can even fathom how you must feel or what you have gone through.
mhm,
I know, for me, it's little things, but I get upset about the little things that happen with Georgia because I know those little things could lead to big things.
mhm.
Because if a teacher is comfortable about doing the little things, she's gonna eventually try to get away with the bigger things. Georgia was in junior high, and for those of I've mentioned it before, Georgia suffers from cystic fibrosis. So she has a note from the doctor with every school she go to, every class. They know if Georgia step outside that door on a cold day, she needs to have a jacket on, a hat or beanie or whatever the case may be. She has to be protected from the cold, because if she gets sick, it's 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 gonna be bad. Like she will get sick very quickly.
Mhm.
So there's even in the notes saying if it's really cold outside or rainy or cold or windy, especially windy, she is not to be outside at all. To go to the bus and come to the class. That's it. So one day I decided to do a pull up.
Okay. I
So
like those.
I'm
I
in the
like
park.
pulling up.
I'm in the parking lot. I'm close, girl. I can see her class from the parking lot. I love the. I love them classes. I see her. I can see her class from the parking lot. So I'm sitting there. Do. I'm on. I just wanted to just you know. So next thing I know, her door opens to her class, and I'm like, oh, who was this? Out comes Georgia and the teacher. I guess she's going to the bathroom because the school she went to at the time, I was so mad they didn't have a bathroom inside the
In the
class. So they had.
classroom? Oh yeah.
I was so mad. So they had to walk outside to the bathroom. She comes out the class, girl. It's a heck of a windy day. No jacket on, no nothing.
Mm.
I'm livid. Girl, I was so upset because it's like what Georgia is required to do before she come out of that classroom. If it's windy, it's windy. You could hear the
Right.
wind. You could hear the wind. It's windy. Why does she not have a jacket on? And I know compared to these children being abused, and the reason I'm saying this is because a lot of times these teachers know what to do and they choose not to,
They
which
don't
can
feel like it.
harming our child. Was Georgia harmed in that particular moment? No, she wasn't harmed, but it could lead to her being harmed if she got sick. Now we're in the hospital for a month or 2 months. She's going through things she didn't even have to go through because you would not take a simple minute to slip on her jacket, zip her up, put her hood on, take her to the bathroom, which could have prevented all the stuff she has to go through and endure because you would not do what you had to do as her teacher, protecting her and making sure she was safe. So that's, I had to bring that up because those are the type of things too that we experience as parents, hoping when we send our child to school that they are listening to us and they are following the guidelines or whatever is required to make sure our child is safe. And it's these things just it makes me upset because it's just not fair. Our kids are the ones that have to suffer or endure other issues or other things they have to go through because of just that one little mistake or one thing that they wouldn't take the time to just do. And so that's just my little bit of experience. And I'm sure if you guys have experienced any abuse that your child has suffered or anything from a teacher or daycare provider, please comment below. Please tell us your story. Please let us know because we do want to know what you have gone through, because as a parent, it's not fun to go through those things, especially alone, and it's your child, that's your baby. Like, we cannot imagine. So please let us know what your experience has been and what your child has gone through. If they have, even if they haven't, just hit us up if you know anyone that may have experienced anything like this that we have spoke about today.
Yes, please, because it sucks. And this is the episode that was triggering, but I'm glad that we did get to talk about it and
Yes,
discuss it.
yes,
And I
absolutely.
hope it helped any mom or parent, dad or caregiver out there to, talk about it. And if it has happened and you haven't spoken to authorities or teachers yet or the school about it, please do. I know it's rough to talk about, but everybody deserves justice and everybody deserves to be treated equally. So
That's right.
don't, I know it's scary, but you do what
Yes.
you got to do for your baby because nobody's going to advocate for them the way we do. Nobody's
Yeah,
going to talk for
that's
them, whether your child is verbal or not.
yes.
Something they're not going to say, and that we
Mm,
have to say for them. So
yeah. Keep
again,
talking about it. Keep
yes,
talking about it. Keep raising awareness. Keep this on the forefront. Bullying, abuse, all this stuff that is happening in our own backyard as well as across the world. As long as we keep coming together, whether that's on social media, no matter what that looks like, as long as we keep spreading the word, keep talking about it, and keep putting this out there, hopefully change will start to happen, guys. But we are so happy that we could discuss these topics and offer, our experiences with you, hoping that you share your experience with us as well, because we want to hear from you. We want to discuss the hard things and let people know that we see what's going on, we recognize it, and we're going to keep talking about it and advocating for change, because our kids deserve it. Our kids deserve the best. Our kids deserve to be in a safe place. We deserve as parents to put our kids on the bus and know that they're going to be okay. And they're
right, and not get a
that's
phone
that.
call.
I have to say that that's what hurts the most, is knowing is to know that we can't even put our kids on the bus. We can't even take our kids and drop them off at daycare and go to work and just know that they're going to be okay. We used to can do that back in the day, but now,
Yeah,
girl, yeah, it's tough, guys. So please, we want to hear from you guys, because we can go on
yeah,
all
we
day.
can.
But thank you guys so much for listening to us. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. We cannot wait to speak to you guys again and come on here and for episode 4. But we hope you guys enjoyed episode 3. This is our passion, guys. Just talking about our kids and talking about ourselves as parents, and what we go through, just bringing in that level of support, being able, how they say sometimes when you talk about things you feel better. That's what we're here for.
Yes,
That's
that's
what
what
we're
we're
here
here.
for. So Sierra, before we leave, I want my co-host to say anything that she wants to say on our way out.
Only thing is, I want to say, just to piggyback off of LaShawn, again, thank you. This is episode 3, and you guys have been tuning in, watching, liking, subscribing. We definitely appreciate it.
Please. Yes,
Episode
yes.
4 is coming up next. That is pretty touchy, not too bad. It's just basically grieving the life that you thought you would have had and just embracing the one that you have now.
That's a
And
good one.
that's episode 4. And well, I can't wait for that one,
That's
honestly.
a good one. Ooh, yeah, that's another good one. Yes, yes, guys. So tune in. Episode 4 coming next Saturday. And we will be trying to do a live next week on this episode that we just did today. Safe places for our kids in the community, whether that's school or daycare or anywhere you have to leave your child with a family member. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Abuse and things like that happens to our kids no matter where they are, and we will be hopefully discussing that on live. But today we are going to wrap it up, and we hopefully we will see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much. Please keep subscribing, keep following us, share our podcast, guys, and we will hopefully see you soon. Episode 4 coming right at you guys. Thank you guys so much.
See you guys. Bye bye.
Bye.